morning. And I say that facetiously. It is not a good morning. You guys should see the bugs outside. If you are not on the East Coast listening to this, we have cicadas, and they're the worst thing that ever happened. The only good news is if you want to see something really funny, come watch me run in my neighborhood, because I am tiptoeing around trying not to step on them. And then I stop every 5 minutes trying to make sure there's none on me. So my run is taking me twice as long just because I can't get through it without trying to dodge the frickin' cicadas. So that's my story for today about me. But let's go into, we are ASMM Digital Marketing. We are the small business podcast for entrepreneurs. We interview entrepreneurs, we interview experts who can give you information live on the show. So if you have questions, ask them. It is a great opportunity for you to learn something today. So do ask our experts while they're here. Just leave a comment. We'll see it. We can ask the expert while they're here. But speaking of experts, how are you showing people that you're the expert in your field? How are you showing them that you know more than the next guy about what your field is? I want to suggest, and I write them down. If you have a minute, write them down. Start a blog. Get on other people's podcasts. Start your own podcast. Get some speaking engagements. Those are not that hard to get, honestly. Reach out to some chambers. Tell them you want to do some speaking engagements. They're always looking for people to speak. But be the one on the stage. Somebody told me this a while ago. If you're the one on the stage, you're the expert in the room. If you're the expert in the room, you're the one they're going to call. This was a really great lesson for me to learn. I was at an event with, I think, 10 other people, and I was the speaker that day. And there were 3 other digital marketing companies in the room. I walked out with business that day because I was the expert on the stage. So be the expert on the stage. Find out how you do that. If you need help with that, we can help you at ASMM Digital. Again, I have to remind you, my kids think I am a nerd because I only have 600 followers on or subscribers on YouTube. So please go over there and subscribe. It's so easy. It's Brennan Annie on YouTube. So find me over there, subscribe, make my kids think I'm not a nerd. I have to hit 1,000 or they're just not going to let me live it down. Again, I want to remind you that we are streaming live. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and we're on Twitter. So if you have a question, go to one of those, leave a comment. We'll see it here and we can answer the question. Today we have my friend Lloyd Malech from Malech Law. Hi, Lloyd. How are you?
Hey, Ann. Good morning. I'm sorry about the cicadas in your neighborhood, but I guess there's always a treadmill, maybe. I don't know. If you want.
I am so, yeah, I'm going to use the treadmill. This morning I did not go outside. I'm like, I can't handle it. It's awful. So tell everybody a little bit about what you do, because you've recently started a law firm.
Well,
or maybe restarted a law firm.
I think that would probably be it. Yeah, so basically, and I am a lawyer, as I guess you could infer from the name Malech Law, and I have been a lawyer since I graduated law school, which was back in 1994, so it's been like 27 years now. I have been practicing in the area of trial work, from criminal defense to personal injury to family law. And for many years, I've been doing, a bunch of things. But a couple of years ago, I made the decision that I'm going to follow my passion. And my passion is in the area of family law and divorce. And I have sort of recreated myself, or at least redirected my practice into being the best possible family lawyer around. And hopefully one of these days considered the best in Bethesda, but I'm getting there. So, but yeah, the practice is growing and it's been revitalized, and things are just really looking up for me and for my clients.
Well, wait a second. I have to ask you a question. Aren't you the best in Bethesda? Didn't I just see that come out?
Well, it's we're getting there. I can't. I don't want to say anything right now.
Okay.
I will leave it up to my clients to endorse me or say what they will, but I really want to make sure that everybody who I serve to the best of my ability. I have been certainly rated among the top 10 in various forms. I guess I can see one of the background over my right shoulder, my left. Yeah. But yes, I have gotten a few awards and lately, and including client satisfaction, etc., being among the top of those in my field. So yeah.
And that's not an easy thing to do in your field. So you should pat yourself on the back for that one. Right. Let's talk a little bit. One of the things I love about you is sitting in front of your desk, you have some words written, and it's all about life purpose. So tell us what
Yeah.
your life purpose is.
Okay. All right. So, I guess I'm in this networking group, and we were a group of us, and I'm not sure if you may have been involved in that ad, but there was a bunch of people who were listening to this really inspirational writer, author. His name is Jack Canfield, and he's talking about success principles, etc. And one of the things that got me thinking, was suggested was like, well, what is your life purpose? And I'm like, what a good question, because well, I have a lot of there's a lot of things that you can do with a law degree. But when I was thinking about it and meditating on it and trying to figure out what it was, I came up with what it is. And I do have it written down, and it's in front of my eyes, so I'm going to read it. So my life's purpose is to share with my clients my vast knowledge of the law and my passion for justice, so they can not only thrive during their most difficult days, but to be left in the best possible position to succeed beyond their wildest dreams. So that's what I'm about. That's what I'm trying to do with my clients. I want to make sure that they know that, and that I practice, and anyone who works with me or for me will keep that in the front of their minds when doing what we're doing.
Well, yeah, because when they come to you, they're coming to you at a very hard time in their lives.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone who's gone through it, I'm sorry. That's divorce I'm talking about. Although I do a little bit more than divorce, that's primarily what I've been focusing on these days. But yeah, it is a very, very difficult time. It's very stressful, anxiety-ridden, uncertainty and fear pervade. And yeah, someone needs to know what they're doing and take you by the hand and show you how to get through there, and to be able to get you to where you need to go to get the best outcome possible, because it's
Right.
it's very scary for a lot of people.
Well, and I love that you said that, take you by the hand, because I think it is something that people, it's personal. It's something that's important, that you're dealing with somebody who goes, I get it. I understand where you are. And I've been there, and I can help you get through it. Right. So I think it is important that there's that personal connection, even as an attorney, right? There's clearly a professional line there, but also you got to be a human. And that's one of the things that shows through for you.
Sure. Well, that is definitely the most important thing. I don't want to say that I am a lawyer. I am a human being who practices law.
There you go.
Right. So that really does come first. And yes, I mean, you were sort of alluding to it. Part of my story is that I had gone through a very difficult divorce not too many years ago. And as one who has gone through a difficult divorce, believe me, I do know what it feels like from the client point of view. So I could be a better lawyer from the lawyer point of view.
Right. So one of the things that I was thinking about when we were coming on this morning is thinking, okay, so how does this relate to entrepreneurship? And then I started thinking honestly, about my life, right? And I have a husband that is extraordinarily supportive, and a family that is extraordinarily supportive. What would happen if I didn't? How would I run my business without it? So it occurred to me that you're seeing this from another angle. People who are coming in and they're so unhappy, and yet they're still trying to run their businesses and run their lives. And it's hard. So I want you to talk a little bit about why, although none of us want to think it's ever going to happen to us, why sometimes it's the right decision. Sometimes you just got to say, I've got to take care of what's going on in here. What's going on in my life, in my heart, to be able to run my business and do what I need to do.
Well, yeah, and it's probably true with not just running a business, but just being successful in life from a broader perspective. I mean, what does it mean to have a good life? I mean, to each person it may mean something different. And I see that there is the expression happiness matters. And yeah, that is certainly one of the things. It is not all about making money. It's about fulfilling yourself, for having a fulfilled life. I mean, there was a period of time when I was, in my marriage, it was not working out for a number of years, and I was not very happy. I didn't have the focus on what I wanted to do, what I needed to do, because a lot of my energy was being focused just on worry. And I guess it got to a point, and maybe this is what it takes for some people, but it's like at some point you say, do I want to basically be on my deathbed and look back and say I had an unfulfilled life without love, although maybe I had materials around me? Or do you want to say, I want to just be able to go out and do what I need to do to fulfill myself and feel like a complete human being? And I do remember having that thought at some point, as I was contemplating what I had to do to go forward. And once I did make that decision, it was a very difficult decision. Just, so if anyone who has any hesitation and wants to talk about difficult decisions, I'm there for them. But once I did make that decision and went through the hardship and the difficulty, which was, as I anticipated, it would be very difficult, I got to the other side. And, we will get to the other side. And when we get to the other side, and this is really what I want to talk about, Anne, oh my God, I just feel so much better. I don't have that stress. I don't have that, that monkey on my back, the fear, the anxiety, the uncertainty, the unhappiness. And I'm able to sit there and focus my attention, and I am able to build my business. I've just hired a couple new law clerks for the summer. I have 2 full-time law clerks working for me now. I'm working with just a bunch of other people and loving it. And I have like a new level of enjoyment of my practice that I haven't had in many, many years. And I never disliked it. I always enjoyed it. I mean, I was actually fortunate enough to be one of the lawyers who really enjoyed what I do, and now I do so even more. And not only just the practice of law, which I love, but the entrepreneurial aspect of it, building it up into making it something, bigger, better, and nicer, so I could serve more people and just basically let people. I have a service to offer, and I can get out to a lot of people and help a lot of people this way. But,
Right. Oh, absolutely. And I like what you said. You have to go through it. It's going to be hard. A divorce is not going to be easy, but you've got to make that decision. And what I think it boils down to is, are you worth it, right? Or should you continue to live in a really unhappy place?
Yeah. Well, there was, I guess, I heard this expression in some movie, and it's like the golden bird cage. It might have been really, really nice. You had all the trappings, but you were trapped.
Right.
So
Exactly. I've never heard that, but that's great.
Right,
Yeah. All right. I want to switch over to networking, because I know you and I met through a networking group. We belong to BNI in Capital Business Alliance. And we met through there because we were both looking to build our business. And we joined the group, and that's how we do it. Talk a little bit about how you've been using networking to build your community and build your business.
Well, first of all, I want to just say I am so grateful for the fact that I found BNI. And I just want to give a quick shout out. Great job. With this great organization, and I'm very, very happy, enthusiastic about it. But I was looking for another way to market myself, as opposed to just throwing money at advertising and internet advertising and Google AdWords, etc., and randomly dropping a few $100s in this directory, and it was just didn't seem to be working. I wanted to get smarter at it, and I was talking to a friend of mine who said, I was just explaining this, and he said, "Oh yeah, I was in this group, BNI, years ago, and it was really good for my business." So I checked it out, looked at it, loved their philosophy, what they had to do, this giver's gain mentality, and went for it and got into it right away, and have been, actively involved in it. But I've met so many awesome business people in the area. The people who I know are really good at what they do, and I have learned so much. I mean, besides just the networking aspect of knowing people, I now know what they know.
Absolutely.
Right, and that has really, really helped. It's helped me focus. It's helped me avoid mistakes. Again, even though I've been doing it for many, many years, we still could learn. There's always more to learn, and that's one of the great things about it. You never know where each lead will go to. There's been some referrals, but even beyond the referrals that I've gotten from this group, I've just made some really good friends and contacts, and I don't know, it was actually a really great thing during COVID, because we're all locked.
Oh gosh, yes.
Right? We're all locked down. Where's our social aspects? Where we don't interact with people, and this was a great way to do that too. But yeah, so I think that is just a great way. I think everyone really should be able to go out there. If you want to do it, make it. You can't make it on your own. I mean, you could try, but it's a lot more fun and a lot easier when you have people around you supporting you and helping you, and that's what we're all about.
Absolutely. Well, and I like what you said. You said I could do this or I could do marketing. And I think, you do a little bit of both.
Sure.
But I will tell you, I say I work with small to medium-sized businesses. Medium-sized businesses, they come to me, I do their marketing and I kind of, do their marketing and I don't bug them about networking at all. They're medium-sized, they're growing, they're good. Small businesses, I will work with small businesses if they have a networking plan, because a small business has to be in front of people. They have to be more human. So their face needs to be seen. If you're a small business owner, you have to be in front of people on a regular basis, whether that's through a BNI or through your Chamber of Commerce, at your church, wherever it is, you have to have a networking plan. If you don't, when you start doing the advertising, people are like, I don't know who this person is.
Right.
Right? Because you're a small business. They want to know you. And that's important. So yeah, I think you did a great job by doing that.
Yeah, and one of my objectives right now is, first of all, I learned that concept, through BNI and others, and I'm doing that. I'm trying to get out on more. Thank you so much, Anne, for letting me appear on your podcast. I've been on a couple other podcasts recently. I have another one or so lined up right now. I'm doing my own little, I don't want to call it a podcast because that sounds too formal, but I'm doing the Ask the Lawyer series, Ask Lloyd.
Oh, good.
I'm getting questions from the community, from my clients, etc., and having people come on and talk to people about some of the questions that have been posed, or the common questions that have been posed. So I guess you could look out for that. I'll make sure it gets out of my social media networks as well. But
absolutely.
But you're right. To get out there and have people know who you are is invaluable. And I'm still, I haven't been doing it that long as far as, this new aspect, the networking / marketing part. But it's just great. I'm enjoying it. I'm having so much fun doing it too. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got a blog as well. So what I was going to ask you next is, how are you showing people that you're the expert? Because we started that way. I said, it's important. I have a blog, I have a podcast, I have the live stream. What else? Gosh, I have so many things. I'm speaking, doing public speaking. So what are the ways you're currently working to show that you're the expert in your field?
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny. Like, expert's a great word, but in the law, we have certain ethical criteria, and we can't call ourselves expert or specialist.
Okay.
We may focus our practice and be the thought leader, and maybe this is the person who you want. Again, we could not use that word, but
right.
Right, because I guess basically you have to have a special degree in that, whatever. There has to be
right.
So, but for all intents and purposes, yeah, I want people to know that I am the guy who knows about each of these things, and I am so interested in learning more about all these aspects of divorce, and I want to bring it to my clients and to the community as well. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I've done a couple issues, or when I say issues, broadcasts, podcasts regarding that. Coming out, I think maybe later this week, I got to check, is a interview I had with a person I met in a networking event who is a counseling coach. Couples counseling coach in Ireland, and she was awesome. I met her, and I said, "Hey, why don't we just have this great conversation we're having, and put it out there?" And that's coming out later this week. I also had somebody just talking to some mental health counselors. I invited them to have a talk on my podcast, or until I actually make it more formal.
You can call it a podcast. It's great.
Okay, I'll call it a podcast.
It's a podcast.
I didn't know that. I shouldn't do the podcast for Anne.
No, but I get.
Right.
Somebody called me and said, "Hey, Anne, can I be in your show?" This was last April. And I was like, I don't have a show. What are you talking about? And it was this. Of course it's a show. But
right, exactly. Yeah. It's an evolving thing, but yeah. So, nevertheless, I'm putting myself out there that way, and I do write blogs, and I have some really interesting ones, and one that's coming out soon that I am working on right now is on divorce and narcissism. And I have two earlier ones that are out that have been published over the past few months, and another one that I'm working on now. I find this, when something's passionate, when you're passionate about something and you understand something, hopefully that comes out in the writing, and hopefully it helps people who may be in the situation or know somebody who is in the situation. So those are some of the things that I'm doing. Yeah, but the Ask the Lawyer series is a lot of fun too. So I'm enjoying that as well.
Yeah. So actually, I restaged that. How are you the person on the stage? And that's it. So you got the podcast, your own other people's podcast, and you got the blog.
Right.
And those are things that are really important. And if you can get in front of people in any way, it's going to help you.
Right. Another thing, and I'm got, even in my own networks, I'm getting out there. As part of BNI, and about this, there's an ambassadorship that I happen to get, and I know you did too, which is, I find it an honor to be able to do that. But that gets me out more. I get to go to these other groups and come in a position of leadership of sorts, to help, to be of service, of course. And then even I'm moving into other networking groups such as the Chamber, and doing some other work. I mean, I have some great role models, and we have some great role models. I think you as one as well. But there's another gentleman in my chapter named Brian, who's really somebody to look up to. He's really
been on the show.
Yeah, so Brian Lobick, he's just really good at it. And if you surround yourself with good people and people who have what you want, you do what they do, and maybe you get what they get. And I do look to that as well. So but yeah, so there's all kinds of great things that we're doing. And I'm there for people who want me. Just people have to know me, right? Until they do.
Right, exactly.
No, they don't know people don't know what they don't know. So
exactly. Well, and I think it's nice that you're out there so much, because as I'm thinking about it, I don't think, until I met you, I don't think I knew another attorney who was in family law, right? And the problem with family, and I'm just going to go back to it, divorce attorneys is how people would think of them, is they're like, oh, there's a reputation. And you're doing a great job of saying, no, I'm just a person. I'm a person who cares about what you're going through. And I'm a person who cares that you make it through it, and as sound one piece as you can, as much as one piece as you can. So I love that about you. I think it's really, really great. Tell people how they get in touch with you. I know, malechlaw.com, but how can they find you elsewhere?
Yeah, well, probably one great way is to Google my name, and then you can see a list of all the things I'm on, whether it be LinkedIn, Facebook. I have a business page there. There's a Google My Business. On Instagram, it's Malech Law Firm. And on Twitter, I'm actually reading it. I have here. I got it.
Yeah.
I also, on Twitter, I'm at Malech Law Firm as well. But I'm hoping to expand. I heard you asking your audience to subscribe. I guess I'll ask people to subscribe to my, my Facebook page, my LinkedIn, whatever you need to subscribe to.
Right. Follow you.
Join up. Right.
Absolutely.
If anybody wants to get some interesting information, I'm putting out quality content on a regular basis, things that you may be interested in, and it's not just to your own personal case, because truly, and I know that you're in a good place, and I hope everybody else out there is in a good place, but not everybody is, and anyone could learn something about this. Even if everything is you got your soulmate and you're going forever, and you are, and it's just interesting material that I believe it's interesting material that I'm putting out, and I would be interested in if I wasn't a divorce lawyer, I wasn't going through a divorce or anything like that. Just good quality stuff. So
absolutely.
But probably just I also have a telephone number. You could call me.
Oh yeah, go ahead, give the number.
Yeah, my telephone number is 202-441-2107. I'm open 24 hours, although I do go to sleep. I do have some people answer my phone when I'm not, but we have live people there. I have my live staff working 24 hours, and I will take the call if I can. If I'm otherwise available, I'll personally take your call, and I'm easy to get. So, but that's important for me to be able to be there and be available to my clients. So
that's great. All right, stick around a couple more minutes. I want to switch over and talk about burgers and bands. I know you're coming to it this weekend, so it's going to be great. But I got to tell everybody the big news.
I'm going to say I'm really excited about it too. Yeah. Okay.
Are you frozen? Can you keep talking?
You could keep talking.
Cool.
Your face frozen for a second, but there you go.
Good. All right. So everybody, let me tell you what we've got coming up this coming Sunday. We're doing burgers and bands to assign me because I seemed to weekend and be a much bigger event than we planned. We thought it would be about 200 people. Then the governor opened things up and people are coming, and we now have, instead of one stage outside, we have one stage outside, one stage inside, and we're selling at least 400 tickets. We will still be selling tickets at the door, and it's going to be, to top it off, a gorgeous day. So please come. If you can't come, please donate. It's burgersandbands.org. It's really easy to do. The money goes to help local schools put mental health initiatives in the school. And we've done some really amazing things. You can go to our website to see some of the things we've built, some of the things we've given to elementary schools. We could do elementary school through high school. We've even done some veterans things. And we help support American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So we do a lot with the money, and it means the world to us. But the most important thing is spreading that message that you are not alone. So come to the event. See how not alone you are. You will be amazed at the people who show up. You'll be amazed at how people talk without making it sad. We have no sad speeches. We have no sad songs. There's no crying at Burgers and Bands. It's sort of like baseball. No crying in baseball. There's no crying at Burgers and Bands. It really is a lot of fun. I hope you will show up. I'm going to go back. Let me come back to Lloyd. There you go. Hey. Hi, Lloyd.
Hey.
I froze right when I needed to talk about Burgers and Bands.
Oh, I know. But anyway, I'll just say something. I haven't gone, but I think I treated this before. And anything you need, just ask me. I'm going to help you and your organization out. I think it's a great cause. And whatever I can do to help. And of course, I'm going to go there. I'm going to bring some people, and I'm planning on having a great time with you all. So,
it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I am. Next year, I will totally take you up on whatever you can do to help, because we have been speaking to 3 other suicide prevention charities here. Sue, by the way, who you introduced me to.
Yeah,
I finally reached her. Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah, Sue Rosenstock. Yeah, that was founded in the high school in my neighborhood.
So it's an organization called You Matter. I spoke with her. She introduced me to another one called Our Lives Matter in Virginia. They introduced me to another one, and we are all getting together next week, actually, to discuss having a Burgers and Bands Montgomery County next spring.
I feel like I'm actually a part of something by networking you with this group.
I know. Exactly. So I really appreciate it.
I'm playing my part. Okay.
Yes, exactly. That's really cool. So, all right, everybody else, we will see you hopefully Sunday. If we don't see you Sunday, I'll see you next week on this show live. And I hope you are having a great week. Stay away from the cicadas. I'm so sorry about them. They're awful. Lloyd, thank you for coming. You wait around for just 1 minute.
It's a pleasure. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
This was great. Thank you.
Talk to you soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.